3, 2, 1, here we go. Welcome to Non-Verbal Paper 5, Section 3. Each question below has 5 figures. Find which figure in each row is most unlike the others. Question 1. With these kind of questions, a good way to do it is you glance at all of the questions and then you find a feature to talk about. The one feature that really stands out to me is the arrow. Look at this. It's always pointing up for each one. But think about where it is pointing to. To the straight side, to the straight side, straight, curved, straight. D is the answer because it's the only arrow pointing to a curved side. Question 2. When I look at this, that is the first step with these kind of questions. Glance at them quickly and then find a feature to compare. When I look at this, the dotted line really stands out. Whenever you see a dotted line, think of it like a line of symmetry. That's exactly what we have here. Look at the stars. They all look a little bit different. At the moment, I'm going to ignore that. So the line of symmetry, but look at this. That is not the correct line of symmetry. If I draw this a bit better, that part is on the left, then there will be a part on the right. It is not the correct line of symmetry. E is the answer. Question 3. There's just so much to look at when we glance at all of them. What feature can we identify? Well, the black circles really stand out to me. At the moment, the shapes don't really stand out because they're all kind of different. I don't really want to look at that. If you quickly count them all, how many black circles are there? 3 for each shape. That doesn't matter. But maybe what matters is the location, is where a black circle is. Look here. They're both on the line. They are both on the sides. Sides. Only one on the side. And here, that is also one on the side. So no. Let's try again. What I said before was a little bit strange. You see D, I wasn't even looking properly here. 2. There are 2 for that one. So E is the answer because it is only one black circle on the side. Next, question 4. The arrow stands out. What stands out more is the circle. But think about where the circle is. Lines are going across and then it's really at the bottom of the arrow. Look here. The lines are vertical. But they're hitting the bottom of the arrow here. Vertical hitting the bottom of the arrow. Vertical like this and like this as well. But if you look at A, it's horizontal. The fancy word for this is that it is parallel. For all the others, it is not parallel. So A is the answer. Notice we didn't even look at the other shape inside the circle. Inside the square, I mean, they're all different. 1, 2, 3, and the little lines, they don't matter. 3, 2, 2, 3, 4. They're all different. So A is the answer. Question 5 and 6, I think 2 of the hardest in this test so far in this section. When you look at 5, there's just so much to look at. You might even get a headache. If so, you have permission to move on. Question 6 to 12. This is a good technique. If you have so many questions to do, it's okay to move on. Just put a line underneath the question. You can try later. I will give you a clue. Now, can you see inside the shape? There are the same types of shapes. Raindrop, circle, star, and plus. Same thing here, 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 there. So maybe we need to think about the direction in which it goes. So here, let's just go clockwise. Let's just start at the raindrop. We will go to plus, star, circle. Raindrop, plus, star, circle. Going in clockwise direction. CW, it is the same. Raindrop plus star circle, so shouldn't be them. So it's either D or E. Raindrop, circle, star plus, so it probably is D. Raindrop plus star circle. So there we go. D is the answer because it's not in the exactly the same order. Question 6, that's one of the hardest so far in section 3. Look at all of them. There's a black shape, there are line shapes, but they're also hash shaped. This is called a conditional question. 2 things depend on each other. Really, really difficult reason when I was just making sure with the mark scheme. If we look at this, they all have a black shape. So what? Can you see the other shape? They're all in front. Okay, so what? But look at this one, the black shape. If the other one is just a single line, then can you see they're not meeting? Here. Black shape and then there's a single line. Can you see they're not meeting? But But if you look at the other one, the black shape, and then you've got hash. Can you see they are meeting? So really, that is the conditional thing. That is the reason. But if you look at B, it's a black shape, but the single line is here, and they are meeting. So that is the odd one out. B, that's really one of the toughest so far. Question 7, so many random loops. So it's the same technique, guys. It's the same technique. You quickly glance at all of them, and we think of a feature. Look at the circles, black, white, black, black, and the rest. So the colors are all different. Now, what really stands out to me are the number of lines. Look here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. I'm counting that as 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. E is the answer. Question 8. What stands out to me are the shapes and the arrows. I don't think the stars matter at the moment because we got grey and we got white. It doesn't matter. Let's put the sides up top. So we have 6. The sides here, 6, 4. No, I'm going to type it or else it's too slow for me. 6, 4, 3, 4, and 5. So those are the sides of the shape. Now next bit, arrow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. Look at the relation between the sides and the arrows. Let's go down here. That's -2. -1. 1, 1, 1. There's a difference in 1 between sides and arrows, except A, where there's a difference of 2. So A is the answer. Question 9 and 10 are 2 of the hardest. I think these were harder than 5 and 6 earlier in the video. If you look at 9, it even gives me a headache. I mean, you have permission to move on. You can put a line underneath question 9 and you try questions 10, 11, 12, then you come back to it. Because it's just so much to look at. I'm going to give you a big clue. Is it the number of shapes? Shouldn't be. There are 2 shapes that always intersect. There's a pentagon and a hexagon. But maybe it is to do with that connection. Look at the shape inside. Can you see what color that is? It's grey. But then there must be a relationship between that and the outside shape. Why am I picking on the outside shape? Because it's not inside. It's just a bit different compared to the others. Really tricky reason. Let's go here. Can you see black shape? Inside, and then there's a black outside. We look at the inside shapes. They don't matter for this question. How about this? Inside, but then outside it's grey, so it might be C. Here, inside is grey and outside it matches. It matches, and here inside is black and outside is black. So there we go. C is the answer. A really, really tough reason. One of the toughest reasons I've seen for section 3. Question 10. Is this equally as tough as 9? Yes. Let's count. Let's count. Now, here, what should we do first? The stars. The little stars. The little crosses, I mean. 2, 2, 4. This is what I show when I'm teaching my students, making sure we show our working. It kind of looks like a maths question where we're writing all the numbers, but that is part of the process. You need to show all the steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. And how about the number of sides of the big shape? Yeah, not the little shape. That looks complete. Let's look at the bigger outline. If we look at that here, I'm going to draw it to help because this is an absolutely fantastic reason. Look at A. 1, 2. So it's like you need 2 more lines to fit it, to finish off the big shape. Look at this one. 1, 2. You need 2 more lines here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, how are you going to see that on the real day? What a brilliant reason. 4. Matching with the crosses. That is a connection. That's a clue I'm giving you now. Look at this weird ending triangle. It's not even finished. 1, 2. And here, some hexagon we're going to complete. 1, 2, 3. But look at the crosses. They're 4. So that's the connection. You see, we do all this working, and guess what? It's the last one we check anyway, to find the shape that is most unlike the others. What a tough question. Just to summarize, if we look at A, can you see I drew 2 lines and there are 2 crosses? B, 2 lines and 2 crosses. C, that's the hardest one. Really tough one. If we look at C, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there are 4 crosses. D, same thing. Extend this weird looking triangle and we get 2 more and we're done. So it matches. So E is the answer because look at the blue lines. I drew 1, 2, 3 and then here there were 4. Wow, what a question. Question 11 and 12 really tough as well. So well done for sticking through the entire video. 2 more questions and we are done for this big section. If we look at question 11. If we look at question 11. You know what? I hope you appreciate when you quickly look at them, they all kind of look the same. They all kind of look the same. If we spin it round, A and B almost look the same. B and C almost look the same, except one of them. The circles today, they don't matter. Get rid of them. Difficult to get rid. That's why I really do not like question 11. If I spin A and B round to fit that one onto that. Let me spin it now. Rotate right, rotate right. Now that kind of looks like that. So A and B are the same. Now I'm going to spin A to look like C. Yep, they're the same. A to D. The curved edge doesn't match up. If we look at this and this, if we go from A to D, it is actually a reflection. Let me show that fully. I think question 11 is actually the worst one because we got to ignore features. Look at this. A is this one, but D, they're not really the same. They are reflections. So look out for this in your own questions when there's an option which is a reflection of the others. If it's a reflection, it cannot be the answer. So D is the answer. And E, if we spin that round from A, well, actually, just turn it a tiny bit. Really tiny bit. I mean, A looks the same as E. Remember, this question is tough because we ignore the circles and the lines. That's why I do not like that feature. What they should have done is get rid of the circles and then you see the lines, just keep it. Like, make them free for each one. Because when I was looking at this, I thought the little lines were part of this question, but they are not. They are not. So D is the answer. And number 12. So much to look at. It's ridiculous. Now, what part do we look at? First, it's the part that stands out. If you look at question A, can you see the part that stands out is really the bit on top? You might be thinking, why is William picking that one? Because that's the easiest one to see. So that's an important thing when we're doing non-verbal questions. Find the part that stands out and you focus on that. That is on top. So compare it. Can you see the white one here? White one. Well, what angle does it make? You might be thinking, why is William focusing on the white? Because white is the focus point. White is the one on top. What angle is that? 45 plus 45 plus 45 looks like 135 to me. Here, well, black is on top. Well, what angle is this? It's a lot more. You can say 90 here, or you can say 270. You go all the way around. Here, see. That angle, here, that's 135 as well. D, well, grey's on top. That's the focus point for a different question. Grey, here, that's 135. You might be thinking, how's William getting that? Because can you see each little section? That is 45 degrees. One little section is 45 degrees. Let me make sure that fits on the page. Yes. And how do we know that? Because each of these, 2 of them, 2 little sections is equal to 90 degrees. If I draw that properly like this, here. That's 90, but I'm cutting it in half. So 45 here and 45 here. I just want to explain that just in case a student might not be sure. So overall, we have 45 plus 45 plus 45 is 135. Then you see here, that is also 135 there. All right, there we go. So really the one that isn't 135 is B. Done. Thank you very much for watching all of section 3. That is the hardest non-verbal video I have produced so far this year. I hope it is a lot of value. So we're about 14 minutes in explaining all the concepts. Good. So my normal way to end these videos is to make sure this screen is blank, and then the top left corner will be one suitable non-verbal video, and the bottom left corner it will be another good one on my channel. You want to keep watching, keep learning, keep improving, to get yourself ready for the 11 Plus.